Hello. Well, here it is, almost 2 o'clock. And usually it's not at all odd for me to be up at this hour, but last couple of weeks I've been going to bed pretty early because I was having to get up with butt crack and take Falcon to work. That has finally come to an end. I'm not sure where to go with it from here. Like you can see where my mask was. I was actually in bed wearing my mask. And if I turned up the color contrast or the color intensity, you'd see how red my face is from the mask. But whatever. That's why I made it black and white. I keep thinking about my friend John and how back when he used to do vlogs, he's pretty much stopped now, but back when he used to do it, a lot of his were very angry vlogs to his haters and people he didn't like, and he would usually end them with the phrase, "Have a day." And I just kept thinking today as I lay on my bed all lethargic and sad and tear specks on my glasses, thinking, I just had a day. I just had a day. It was bad for all of us here. My mom had a horrible day, and Falcon had a bad day, just like one BS problem at work after another. And I had to get up early and drive him to work, and I kept almost falling asleep at the wheel. Not good. Not good. And it would have helped if he'd been talking to me, but he kept going to sleep. And so when I finally got him to work, I had him go into where he works and get me a Coca-Cola. And because I knew the caffeine would wake me up without upsetting my stomach. Coffee tends to do pretty raunchy things to me. And I opened my window and I put in a Hives CD and pumped it up pretty loud. And those three elements combined helped to wake me up a little bit. Plus it was a really pretty sunny day. And not too hot this morning at least. So I made it home, but just barely. Came inside, crashed, put on my mask and crashed for a few hours. And I woke up to my mom calling me saying, "Have you heard anything about when your car's going to be done?" No, I haven't. And called Falcon. He called the mechanic. The mechanic says, "Yeah, we're just putting the finishing touches on it. Sounds really good. It's ready for you to come get it." So I jumped up, got dressed, and ran out of the house like my tail was on fire. And made it to town, got my mom. It's like this whole complicated thing. Anyway, we got there. I was driving the rental car. She was driving my just repaired car. And I kept sitting in the parking lot waiting for her to leave out of the mechanics, but she wasn't, so I thought she's probably on her phone or she's looking for a cassette tape to listen to or something. Don't want to wake him up. And then I went on up the road, and I called her finally. I was like, "Where are you? Have you left?" "I've left, but it sounds terrible. The check engine light is on, and it's sputtering and trying to stall, and it was just awful." And I thought, well, maybe she's exaggerating. I knew when we took it there we had gas in it, so it was kind of perplexing that it was almost out of gas. So she stopped and gassed it up, and I just stopped and gassed up the rental car too. And the three of us were back and forth on the phone about it. She called the mechanic, and they refused to admit any kind of guilt and just said, "Oh, well, it's probably water in the lines," after telling us that they had driven it for an hour and a half today, and it was perfect, and it was fine. And they gave her the line, "Well, it's not a rebuilt or a new engine. It's an used engine, so you can't expect perfection. And, oh, maybe it's water lines. Oh, maybe the computer hasn't recognized it yet." Bunch of BS. And they said about the light, the check engine light. They said, "Oh, yeah, when they brought it in to have the air conditioner fixed, they told us," we asked them about the check engine light, and they told us that "Oh, yeah, don't worry about it. It's always on. It's nothing." Well, the check engine light was not on when we brought it in for them to fix the AC, nor was it even on the night that it started having trouble making noise, like 2 weeks ago when this all began. So I had to turn my rental car in because they were about to close. And I got behind the wheel to drive us to where Falcon works, and that thing, it was awful. Chug, 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 rattle, rattle, blah, 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 blah. Horrible. I ended up just in tears. My mom patting my shoulder going, don't cry, don't cry. I had like held it together really well the last 2 weeks with all of the nonsense with cars and expenses. I mean, we're over $3,000 in the hole right now for all of this. It's rental car and repair together. I had held it together really well and just had a really good attitude about it, but I just broke today. It was just too much. And went and got Falcon from work. He was pissed off. When I started crying, my mom got pissed off, and she's very meek and mild and kind of almost submissive usually. She's a very dear person, very sweet. She got on her cell phone and she called, and she, even though it's my car and everything, and I should have been the one handling it, I couldn't do anything at the time, and she called and she reamed him out about it. And she wanted to know why they drove our car around for an hour and a half, what they thought they were doing, why they ran it out of gas and handed it back to us with no gas in it, and just on and on. Demanded some answers. And he's like, well, bring it back tomorrow. She's like, no. Well, you just need to drive it around for a few days, and if it's still doing it, bring it back Monday. She says, no. I'm not having them drive clear back out to our house. It's like 25 miles away. And then he has to drive it to work the next 2 days. No. And he says, well, I'm about to close. She says, well, you're going to stay there. And we'll be back in a little bit. You're going to be there. You're going to check this thing and fix it properly. I couldn't believe she was talking to him that way. It's so unlike her. It was wonderful. I was proud of her. And Falcon was fit to be tied. He was already pissed off because he had had a really bad day. And I felt kind of guilty because all I had done is sleep on the bed with 3 cats on me, taking a nap. But I had reached a misery saturation point as well. And anyway, long story short, he did wait for us. It ended up, there was a spark plug hanging out. There was stuff that hadn't been done right, and they had to take it. He took an old part off of our old engine and put it on this one, and still there's like a pulley that should have been replaced. It wasn't replaced. We're supposed to come back tomorrow. We can't come back tomorrow. It's going to be hard for us to find a time when we can bring it back because we don't have a rent car anymore. So, and I refuse to drive in tomorrow. I refuse to do that again. I'm so glad to be out of that, having to drive 100 miles a day. Plus, my knee is all messed up. I have a bad knee that I hyperextended years ago. And I got it all messed up and hurting again by climbing some stairs. Usually I have to go up. I'm kind of funny. I lead with my good knee. And I just wanted to get upstairs. So I took both legs up the stairs like a normal person. And I'm suffering for it. And then I've been having to do a lot of driving. So I couldn't do it another day. And I've been so tired all day today and sleepy, and I thought, boy, I'll sleep like a baby once I lie down. And then I kept falling asleep and waking up, falling asleep and waking up. So here I am, making a video, wearing a hat and lipstick and making a video for God knows what reason. So, yeah. He actually, he fixed it well enough that it was sounding all right. Check engine light went off. I think it was because of the spark plug. And it was sputtering and everything, probably because of the spark plug too. So we're on the road again with a far inferior car to my wonderful Altima that I was driving and completely fell in love with. This car we have just has no personality. And everything on it, all the controls and everything just looks so stunted and small. The whole car seems ridiculous and small and stupid now. I was always happy with it before. Now I just almost hate it after driving the Altima. But anyways, my day will come when I can get a nice new car, a newer car, maybe get an Altima for myself. I have not had time or energy to be able to watch anybody's YouTube videos at all. Even the people that I normally keep up with. I am ridiculously behind, like 2 weeks behind, I guess. So forgive me if I have not been commenting. That's all I can do, to sit down and make one once in a while myself and try to reply to some of the comments. So do forgive me. And hey, oh no, I can't do it. I can't. Well, maybe I can. There is someone on YouTube who's a real nice guy, real sweetheart, and his name is Stan, but he goes by R-O, as in row, RO1146, and he could use some subscribers. He just keeps putting out videos and keeps putting out videos, and a lot of them don't have any views, and that's sad. He's a real nice guy, an interesting guy, and makes nice short videos, unlike myself. So go check him out. I'll try to remember to put his name and stuff, put a link to him in the description box. Okay, bye.